special guest.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go.
Hey, Reese, do you even look at your TikTok, bro?
Very rarely I do because it's like, like between, it's like between work, I like barely get a chance to like check anything else.
I had a figure.
Like I said, like I said, next couple weeks, I definitely know because it'll be like Mother's Day weekend. Yeah, I can forget about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be very emotional in this house.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh, listen to that voice. Listen to that voice.
Yeah, I would say this right now. Yo, St. Louis, y'all deserve y'all flowers because y'all had, especially like in the second half of the show. Y'all toured. Y'all owned the night just as much as the men and women that were in the rings.
If we gonna keep it real, St. Louis, and I know Stormy might be kicking himself in the head, but St. Louis crowd was the MVP. I mean, honestly, when you making a chance like "Please be careful," I mean, and the crazy thing is, I wish it was last week because I was in St. Louis and I would have loved to like buy what you call those tickets so you get get it from somebody right in front of the building. I would have got a ticket for that shit.
Standing room only.
Yeah, some shit like that. But it was the energy from the crowd made almost
brought
every
back to Wayne's World. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
We never heard a chant that said "We're not worthy." Chant. Please be careful. That's about to go world. That's about to go world. And I kind of feel bad. No, I don't. Jericho. They either told the man to retire. They gave him the big show treatment.
Go home, Jericho.
That's what I was thinking of. Like, it's like
it was a good night for St. Louis. I think it
was a damn good night for St. Louis. Let's keep it real.
Right, because they
let's keep it a buck.
They supposed to have something. I think around the pandemic, it got taken away. Tony Khan kept his word.
Full Gear, I think it was.
Yeah, Tony Khan kept his word. He said we're gonna come back with pay-per-view. First one ever.
They represented this evening, and I am so proud of that city.
Yeah, St. Louis, man, like like I said, they're one of the like most wrestling rich cities in the world right there because like between a lot of WCW stuff, like TNA, like WWE, NWA, because they always host the at the Chase for the anniversary show. Is like, them fans, like, it don't matter if there's 200 people in the building or if there's 25,000. They go ham like from start to finish.
If we feel like we're off, we got that right to feel like we're off. The show just went off, and for me and Reese, it's 12 o'clock at
night. Yeah, almost one, but
almost one. So I'm trying to talk loud because my wife is asleep, and I don't need her to look at me like shut the fuck up. So
not to mention my voice is about as shot as Chris because like I said on Discord, like we were going off like damn near. After the show.
That's what you call a good show. That's what you call a good show. You in it and you in your own house and act like you there. Hell, you might get some damn police calling. Hey, it's some disturbing the peace situation. Oh, I'm just watching Dynasty. It was a good show. I gotta say, I don't rank it nowhere, but it was a great. Not just good. It was a great fucking show.
And I gotta admit, there was some surprises throughout the night too. So.
We're gonna talk about that. Like they foreshadowed that one of them anyway. And shout out to Dan the Mayor from TikTok. He said it best. Predictable, but still was a good surprise. So we'll talk. Yeah, like I said, we'll talk more about that one too. Oh shit! Sorry. He's like, I'm like, bro, Ziggy.
Oh yeah, I did hear. Yeah, Ziggy, I did hear that. Somebody was ordering like some chicken McNuggets or something. I couldn't hear what it was, but I knew it was some fast food.
I tried to ignore it. I really tried to ignore it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely tried to ignore it. All right, I think I am done. I think. Okay, everybody, please share, comment, and like the podcast, please. If you guys could, it do wonders for our numbers and putting us in the algorithm in our respective social media platforms. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all staying up with us. It's late as fuck. We're gonna try to get through these matches as quickly as possible so we can get you guys in the bed.
No Diddy.
Sub started 5. By the way, it's also with us on Discord again.
Yeah, that's my man, Dan the Mayor.
Yeah.
Is the mayor here?
Yeah, he's on there. He's talking about the drive-through action.
Yeah, I thought that was him that I was talking to.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to know his. I started to know his lingo when he types. He types just how he talks. So I was like, oh, that's him. That's him.
What's going on, Classic? What's going on? What's going on, Salvador from Facebook? All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and start, and then we're gonna bring our guests on. So let's have a wonderful show. Remember to like, comment, and share the podcast. We'll be right back.
Initiating system 1.
Ziggy the Beast.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Red Flags.
The King 8-Bit. The Holy Hill.
The
Wrestling historian.
Rocky Reese.
Keeping it real, keeping it trill. The real Carly. The Emmett Storm. Zanzibar El Jefe.
The Enforcer. Together, we are heels for life, bitches.
System 1 loaded.
What's going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in Zamunda. I'm your host, one of the hosts, Mr. T. Briggett, coming back to you guys once again for episode 252.
Good Lord.
I still don't have my voice. I'm getting over a cold, and I was screaming this evening too. Please, no cap. No Diddy. Yeah, please don't, because y'all always think I'm a slut, and I'm not. I'm a Christian by law for a reason. But yeah, y'all, we got 2 special guests, returning guest, Mr. Barbro, and then special guest, first time on the show, the Will Gray. Give it up for them. What's going on, Will?
We don't have our sound effects guy here.
Yeah, we don't have our sound effects guy, so I'm sorry. So Will, let's start with you first. So you are a first timer on the show, and we like to do like an icebreaker, get to know our guests. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and give you the big screen?
Give me the big screen. First and foremost, I want to say hi. Thanks everybody for allowing me to come on platform, chat about some wrestling. I'm V. Will Gray. I'm the host and lead writer of Botch Bots and Chair Shots. We are your top 100 ranked wrestling podcast on Apple, Spotify, and Google. I'm also a feature writer and cover independent wrestling for Last Word on Sports. I've also written for The Sportster and a few other publications around online. So yeah. That's generally it. I talk about wrestling and hang out on TikTok.
Nice.
Awesome. I see you're running with the 40-year-old version. How did that? What happened with that?
On TikTok?
Yes, the 40-year-old version, the one that doesn't like females and doesn't like Samantha.
Oh, you're talking about that Joker Jace, right?
Indeed, I am.
Lord.
Oh, man.
The one and only.
Yes.
So I usually try to stay out of a bunch of that trash. And I said it in the video I made yesterday or the day before. I said that the the beautiful empowered women of TikTok ripped that poor man to shreds. So there really wasn't a whole lot for me to say. But then he made a video in response to a buddy of mine, the belt collector Mike, Hill Mike. Shout out Mike. And he told Mike that he would come onto a TikTok live or his podcast to tell his side of the story. But he quoted Mike a per diem and told Mike that he had to get paid first to make the appearance. And that's where I was kind of like, okay, I've been in the realm as a professional writer or voice or personality in the wrestling sphere for, almost 4 years now. And to be completely honest, I don't get paid for podcast appearances. I barely get paid for my writing. So I was like, Jace, come on, bro. Like, if people who are doing it professionally are barely getting paid, like, why the fuck would you? Why would you get paid? Like,
I hear you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
No. This is uncensored stuff, sir. This is uncensored.
No, sir. You curse away. You curse away, sir.
Yes.
I saw that same video.
He ain't gotta come after us.
Yeah, I saw that same video where Jason was talking about a per diem for showing up on a podcast. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what's crazy? I've been on 3 podcasts so far. As a guest, I'm gonna be on my 4th one tomorrow with Richie Mars. If you don't follow him on TikTok, he's a great follow.
I know Richie, good dude.
Yeah, awesome dude. So I'll be on his podcast, and the last thing I've ever thought about is saying, all right, but I need XML, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I'm just talking wrestling,
Right.
And plus, whatever I'm doing, I'm getting my name out there, and that I think is worth more than whatever per diem you're asking for. But I don't know.
So for the people at home, can you describe where per diem is?
The easiest way to say it would be like, it's not really getting paid for your time, but a per diem, it kind of is. It would be like, okay, if you're going to get 3 hours of my time, the minimum I want to get paid is going to be an X amount of dollars. And what that means is that would fluctuate based on the time you're on the air, the time you got to do things, if you've got to do videos before it. Like, he's talking a lot of contract underwriting for a dude that probably would have trouble reading a McDonald's menu. Let's be real.
You know what? You know what though? He's the prime example of someone that is just saying shit to get attention. Like he finally got something to say that got everybody fired up. That everybody stitched his video so everybody else could see him. That to the point that he even got maybe some wrestlers that got the nerve to come back to him, and he got enough to the point that people are following him now. No. There are some people that actually went and start following him just to fucking curse him out so he could block them. Because Dynamite, he was really
Dustin.
Yes, he was ripping him. He blocked them. So he feels like, okay, this is how I am going to be famous. I'm going to be the remember those jocks back in the day, like Howard Stern and them, that say something that they know that they should not say, but it gets the viewers. It gets this. Now he's that guy because the shit he say don't make lick of sense at all. Not credible, not nothing. But it's something that would just clickbait. What did he just say? And then he gonna get 15 or 5 seconds of that stitch. That his face is gonna be on everybody's fucking profile.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, he's not getting that time day with me. I'm sorry, I see enough of it. He's not getting that from me. So,
well, it's crazy. Like, he's getting views and all that stuff, but views don't mean nothing if you're not getting any likes or any engagement, or if they're not adding you. Like, that's funny that video he did with Samantha Irving, I saw at like 43,000 views. I think I saw, but only just under 300 likes. I did the math. That's under 7% of people looking at your video actually liking it. So you're getting the views don't mean nothing. You could have a million or so views, but if no one is liking or sharing your videos for the good reason, and you're not getting any new followers, like if the fact he doesn't have over 1,000 followers now from all the attention he's getting, that means they don't care for your message. It's just You're just the contestant. Today's contestant is getting dragged
Well,
for a stupid, dumbass take.
Well, that's the crazy thing. He did actually he got over 1,000. That's what I'm saying. If you actually went to him to follow him to see some of his stuff, like maybe this is his one brain fart, but no, he makes fucking videos like that. And oh, really? Like, this ain't his first fucking dumb shit. He said multiple dumb stuff. So They ripped his ass up. He blocks them. He's back to, I don't know, what, 200, 300 fucking followers. He learned his lesson. No, he didn't. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna get past him because we're giving him too much airtime as it is.
Yes.
So let's go to Aew Dynamite. Or excuse me, Aew Dynasty. What the hell?
It's almost spelled that way.
Just about. So everybody, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Listen, this is the second pay-per-view that AEW have had in 2024, and they have hit another grand slam. I do not know who said to the locker room, like, you need to show your ass tonight. Almost every match, they were literally beating the living shit out of each other. And it was like match after match after match after match. And it's really, really hard for me to say that it was a bad match in either one of them. And it wasn't. It was good. It was either good, great, or phenomenal. That's really how I really looked at the pay-per-view. And also, the MVPs was the St. Louis crowd. St. Louis showed their fucking ass this evening. They have said chants I have never heard before.
Nope.
Like, please be careful.
We're not worthy.
No, I've heard we're not worthy. I've heard that one.
I ain't hear please be careful. I never heard
please be careful.
Yeah, no, that's a new one.
Yeah, I heard him say please don't die, but never please
be careful. It has really set the record books. But I'm not going to compare it to WrestleMania 17, but I will honestly say the energy was there. It was like, can you top this match? Can you top this next match? Can you top this next match? I mean, it was, listen, the energy was fucking awesome. And remind you, they had 10 fucking matches, y'all. 10 matches. And we were not bored. Like, the crazy thing was, it's like, if you were, like, falling asleep, the crowd would make sure, like, bitch, you need to wake the fuck up. We're going to keep you up. You ain't going to sleep at all. But I enjoyed Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryan, match of the year candidate. Listen, Will Ospreay is a fucking beast. Daniel Bryan, fucking beast.
Yes,
These two literally almost fucking killed each other, but at the end of the day, Daniel Bryan was the one that got killed. These two really wanted to fuck each other up, and the match was great from start to finish. And I just could not believe what an exciting match this was. Like, Will Ospreay, this is the reason why Triple H really needs to take notes. You do not let talent like that just slip through your fingers and then say, going on the podcast, and then say that you're not about to grind, or if you think you're all in on this or whatever. I'm like, first of all, you are salty than a motherfucker because you have a multi-billion dollar company, and yet you just let this man just slip through your fingers, and now you're upset about it. Now, your moist potato WWE fans are going to allow you to get past that, but I'm not, because it's just no excuse that you allow somebody like Will Ospreay to slip through your fingers like that. And every fucking pay-per-view, whether it's pay-per-view, whether it's Dynamite, Will Ospreay has been showing his ass insane.
Yeah, Chris, if I can I tag in example? Go ahead for a second.
Because people, if y'all remember, we had an episode here, we was talking about that damn list, and I was mad as hell that Will Ospreay was not the top 10. And now y'all understand why I was mad as hell that Will Ospreay was not top 10. At least top 10. It's because this man, every damn match he's in, it's a fucking banger. That you gotta go years when Will Ospreay was skinny and just doing flips with Ricochet to find out a bad match, and that you can't even find that. This dude has been killing it for the past 4 to 5 years.
Right.
Whatever Kenny Omega knew left New Japan, he was killing it. And the thing is, like you said with Triple H, I didn't want to bring him. I really wanted this episode to be WWE free because they don't deserve no fucking.
Oh, it is gonna be WWE free. But I had to bring that one up.
But I'm going to say this: that one match between Bryan Danielson and Ospreay made me forget about a fucking story. I don't give a goddamn about your story. You know what? That right there was a new book for all those that never saw Will Ospreay or don't believe that he should have got that. That Triple H. Y'all want to see why Triple H is so fucking mad and why he's so salty? Because that match showed you he could have had multiple competition, multiple matches. Because since they're going to be a new era, a new regime, and they're going to do things the way that we like. They listen to the fans now. He would have been the guy. He would have been the guy to show y'all that that's the true statement. But now he's over here on the other side of the spectrum, showing you, and not just this match. Since he signed, since his first match, he faced some of his boys in his clique, but it still was good matches. He had good matches with Powerhouse Hobbs, with Kyle Fletcher, with this dude Takesha. So this was all right. And like you said earlier, with AEW just can't fuck it, go out there, kill it every match. You can't go lower than good. You can't say it was a terrible match. You can't say it was a bad. You can say good. And then you gotta go words better than good. You know what I mean? So my thing with Will Ospreay and Triple H and shit, this is what we were talking about before anybody get all salty and saying, "Oh, he not talking about the grind of Will Ospreay flying all that shit." Understand this. He was working for 3 to 4 different promotions: New Japan, Rev Pro, Progress, Warrior, and AEW. And now he's officially full-time AEW. So enjoy the ride. Don't stop being salty. Just watch it. You get to watch him now. You get to understand why people like me, that was a big fan of his. When I say this, and I'm going to say it clearly, you put all caps on it. He's the best wrestler in the goddamn world. Period.
Yeah. Yo, Forster, let me just tag on even deeper on that one. Let's forget that just 4 days earlier, Ospreay just had another banger against another member of Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli, in a first-time ever matchup. And by the same token for Bryan Danielson, let's remember that just a little over 24 hours prior, him and Claudio were in a bunkhouse brawl against Takeshita. I think it was Takeshita and Hobbs. I think it was.
No, Fletcher.
Yeah. It's Takeshita and Fletcher.
And then Hobbs.
Yeah. It's Fletcher and Hobbs.
How did you think Fletcher looked like Hobbs?
Nah, I always forgot who was in it. Anyway, yeah, because I didn't watch the match. But it was still. Anyway, but still though, Danielson and Ospreay to have the match back and then deliver what they did tonight. And what can you say about it, man? It was just this just goes to show how iron sharpens iron, because them two have been going at it for the past few weeks and against a who's who of competition. Hell, matter of fact, Danielson and Ospreay for the past 6 months to a year have been going at it. And then to build up to this match, yeah, that just goes to a testament of how good both men are individually. And then first time ever against each other, they just blew the roof off of St. Louis.
Indeed. Let's go to Barbaro, and then we'll go to Matt. Let's go to Will after Barbaro. Go ahead, man. Oh my God.
I know why you keep calling me Matt now. I
do not know why. Why?
Because my boy Matt Ritter. You fucked with Smacking It Raw 3 weeks ago, and they're my homies. And
You
I
know
was in the
what?
chat and I hang out with them. I was on their show 2 days ago. Like it just clicked to me why you call me Matt, because I'm like, I'm a chubby white dude with a beard. It makes sense
You
now.
know what?
Like,
You know what? You know what? Fuck everything that you believe in. Oh my
it just
god!
clicked. But it's cool. I get it. Matt's a good dude. So
I
I
love
respect that.
I love chubby white dudes, by the way. Anyway. But anyway, go ahead, Brett.
All right, so tonight, like between Osprey and Danielson, even before this match, even before this great run that Danielson's been on, like Danielson had already cracked my Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. Like in my opinion, he's the greatest wrestler of the modern era. It's Danielson. That's my opinion. Like for me, I got Brett, Austin, Taker, and Danielson in my Mount Rushmore. That's me personally. Like, but I mean, you know, you hear the you guys think of the meme with Snoop Dogg, you know, like this motherfucker don't miss.
Mm-hmm.
He don't miss. And look at this past week, like how fucking crazy of a promotion AEW is. You've had this dream match booked for over a month, and a few days before the match, you're gonna book Will Ospreay versus Claudio on Dynamite. And then literally less than 24 hours, you're going to put Danielson and Claudio in a tag match against Takeshita and Fletcher in a bunkhouse match. I'm like, these guys are fucking mental. But what this match and what this pay-per-view just showed tonight is this is the alternative that wrestling fans should want. This, when you hear the term like alternative, like this is what you should want. All right, like AEW, they tell their stories in their own way, but the Ospreay and Danielson match, fuck the damn story. The bell rang. Sit back, watch the story develop.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching wrestling for almost 30 years. I started when I was like 5-6 years old. Tonight, I can make an argument this is the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen. Like I'm talking just bell to bell, just two of the best grapplers in the world. I mean, holy, just that one sequence of Ospreay hitting the hidden blade, then he goes to hit the ropes. He look like he's gonna hit another Os cutter. He hits the ropes. He turns around into a damn psycho knee. I'm like,
picture perfect.
The fuck, man. I'm like,
picture perfect.
And
it was insane.
Just that ending sequence of Ospreay hitting that hidden blade and then the Tiger Driver. Listen, Danielson, I think he sold it like death. He sold it like death because if you watch the replay, Ospreay gave the move perfectly. He landed on his upper back, not on his neck, not on his shoulder. But Danielson is top 5 seller of all time, like because we know he has injury history, so it's believable that he would be hurt right there. But yeah, go ahead and
I just wanted to say, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just looking at the people who said, "Did you see the media scrum?" Will Ospreay just announced he's going to retire the Tiger driver, so they selling that into the media scrum. They was bringing up the injury. He said, "I'm going to retire it because it's too many people getting hurt off of it." So this is going to be a story that if y'all want a rematch, they gave you the story you wanted now for a rematch. So that's all I wanted, because when you said that part, somebody in the comments brought it up. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Will.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Have you finished your thought yet? Or
just one last thing. Like listen, this like I said, just recap. This card is the perfect idea of what an alternative should be. Like, and it's what's crazy about tonight's crowd is it was maybe about 7,000 people. The average size of like a Raw SmackDown is like double, but tonight's crowd, like you said, Enforcer, it's tonight's crowd is the MVP. This crowd sounded like a damn WrestleMania or a damn All In crowd. Like after the Ospreay and Danielson match, I got worried like, damn, this crowd's gonna be dead after that. No, they kept it. They kept it going for the ladder match. They kept it going for the main event. They would not let either of those, because we know the moments that passed after Ospreay and Danielson. Like I'm sure we'll go into that, but yeah, like this was a fucking amazing night for wrestling. And if you're out there, you're one of these people who want AEW to die and go away, like there's no helping you. I'm done like preaching to that crowd. Like, you know what? Like, you have your show on Mondays and Fridays and whatnot, and for us sickos, we have our Wednesdays, our Friday nights, and our Saturdays. Everybody eats. Everybody gets what they want. So
I got wrestling 7 days a week, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We literally do.
I got wrestling 7 days a week.
My buffet, all nice and settled.
There you go.
All right, Will, you're up. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I'm gonna echo a lot of points, but I don't want to continue just to speak into the echo chamber here. I love bringing up the fact that it's an alternative, because one of my favorite things about AEW is the older they get, the more comfortable they become with the fact that they're not WWE, and that's okay. You know, I say it all the time on TikTok. Different doesn't mean wrong. It's okay that WWE is WWE, and it's okay that AEW is AEW. There's nothing wrong with them being two separate companies, two separate entities.
Right.
I think what makes Ospreay Danielson specifically special is it was the perfect storm. The crowd was red hot. It had Bryce in there as one of the best referees in the business. Then you had two of what would be the perfect yin and yang together. Will Ospreay's aerial offense mixed with his technicality, and then the ultimate ground and pound technical work of Bryan Danielson. They kind of brought it back and forth with each other. I wrote down in my notes that New Japan wishes they did this, but fucked up and gave us Okada Danielson a year and a half ago instead. Like, New Japan could have gave us this match and didn't. The receipts back and forth, kicking each other in the head, dropping the elbows. You could tell that this was they cared. They wanted to be there. They were passionate about what they were doing, and they beat the ever-loving shit out of each other. I said that if this was in the Tokyo Dome, it would have got 365,000 stars. This was our version of Steamboat Savage. This was our version of, like, think of any quintessential big wrestling moment. This was AEW's big wrestling moment. They're coming up on their 5th year. They put two of the best in the world together, and they said, oh shit, guys, we may have just had one of the top 4-5 wrestling matches of all time in AEW. So I mean, give Tony Khan his roses. He did something special tonight. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, Will, just to combine like something you and Baldbro just brought up. Hey, shout out to Bryce Remsburger, because I'd admit, like, initially when I saw that final Tiger Driver at the end, I thought like Danielson legitimately got hurt, because that's how beautiful he sold it. And it was like, yeah, and especially with that final sequence, like going for the Poseidon hidden blade, and which one would connect, and then Ospreay hit that Tiger Driver afterwards. I was like, and Bryce, the timing that Bryce like was like going over to Doc Savage and said, Doc, come on. And then those are those hidden nuances that if you not only perform them right, but it's like you blend them in so that if there was supposed to be a script, it is like everybody's okay. And then you like convince the audience that, oh, wait a minute, there might be a legitimate injury, but it's not. That's the type of stuff that, man, you're just reeling an audience in. And it's like, man, we cannot give, Will and Brian like all the respect in the world for how well they pulled this match off.
You want to know I compare this night to? I'm gonna keep it AEW, or not go try to compare it to WrestleMania. That's not fair to AEW. But what I am gonna do, it reminds me of my favorite pay-per-view from AEW. It reminds me of an All Out that year that, oh my God, almost every match did the same thing like tonight. Top this, follow that. And
Was that one with the Young Bucks in the cage match? Which Lucha?
Yeah, it was Houston Brothers.
20 All Out 2021.
21. Yeah, you know, and then you had almost the same thing at the end of the show. That's you know, with the main event story their story was complete, and then you had this one where the moment was there. We all said, Tony, you don't pull this trigger. We were like, what the fuck wrong with you? This is it. And tonight we got not just a match of the year candidate, but we got a damn moment, history moment. Okay, so we put this in perspective. We got match of the year, then a crazy ass ladder match with a returning Jack Perry, who's been a headline for the past 2 weeks, and then we had a main event that made history. Like, that's a sandwich right there. Like, you just, like Barbaro said, you would thought the crowd would have been exhausted after that match. And the ladder match said, oh no, we got some coffee for you. Stay the fuck up. We got some coffee for you. Wake up. And you think they would be exhausted after that match because the surprise and all this shit happened at that one. My fucking Swerve came out in Black Panther gear. I typed Wakanda Forever when I saw this motherfucker. You know, it was special. And we all kind of like, we all knew that it was the right time, but still the moment felt good. It still felt good.
So let me kind of cut in real quick because we got, you know, I want to talk to my comments, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the post in the comments. So my boy Seth, he's been getting on my nerves like all day for some reason. So he said, so Will is the future champ. He's the one taking the belt from Swerve. So we had talked about this. I think this was last year or something like that. This started like Wrestle Dream. That there's a possibility that we are going to see Swerve versus Will Ospreay. And that's going to be another that is also considered a dream match as well, because the last time they did face each other was in the Indies, but I don't know like what company.
It was WXW Germany, and they did like a little dance off in the middle of the freaking match. They did like a Thriller dance off, but you gotta remember this is when they was both skinny as shit. No weight behind them. They was little high flyers. So it's a whole different. These are two different guys from that point. So yeah, that would be definitely a title match.
So like, basically, they're on a collision course, and they. I mean, we can't prevent this from happening because them two are going to clash. So it's a fact of when and where and what time. And I'm about that life. The next thing,
thinking All In, man. All In would be
All In, absolutely.
All In, yes.
All in. Wembley, yeah. Forget about it. Yeah.
I think when we
I'll be going there again.
I think when we owe Swerve a damn forgiveness because his dreads was out the casket, the match is still going.
He was gonna say
that's
that.
Funny.
I still pissed off about that.
No.
Then also he asked this too. He said, "Is his video and wait a minute. I think he was talking about somebody audio, but okay. Anyway, Ontario. He said he asked this. He said, "How many times did you guys get up for your seats? At least twice for me." Man, I was screaming to the top of my lungs in some of them matches.
Let's see. At least for Dales and Ospreay, at least 3 that I remember.
Hey, Arturo, is that Mid-South NWA? Because that might be Mid-South, but I think I hit my knees on this table at least 4 or 5 times thanks to that match alone. And I was excited for Willow winning the TBS title because her and Mercedes got a match coming up.
She had a different type of attitude this evening, and I love the aggression. Like she was like a wild wildebeest, and she just was like possessed. Like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up tonight. And I was just,
like I said, and I forgot who brought it up on commentary, but it was like, yeah, I actually think it might have been Stokely. But it was like, yeah, after all the shit that Julia Hart had been doing to her in the past weeks, I was like, oh no, Willow was not coming to play tonight. She was going to whoop some ass.
Well, wait. Remember that story that y'all say AEW don't do? There you go. Remember, that was the mist that was in her eye. She's the only one that broke the spell. When her and Sky Blue got missed, Sky Blue, she went under there, but not Willow. Willow haven't forgotten. They had a whole war, almost a whole year to this match happened. Almost a whole year. Okay, so she in that story. Now she under the story going on with Mercedes Monet. Now, whatever happens there, happens there. But congratulations, Willow, because she finally got that TBS title that she couldn't get off of Jade. Every damn title match she had was against Jade, and now she finally got the damn belt. So
let me bring up one more question, then I'm gonna give it to Barbara because I know he wanted to say something. So Kevin Grady, he asked, he said, or I think this is a statement. He said, if it wasn't for AEW, WWE wouldn't be where it is. Now that it where it is, I guess. He said, I love both companies. I just hope one day that they could be able to work together, either at Forbidden Door or at WrestleMania. So here's the issue with that. So we also talked about this at the cookout. The thing is that they can. This is
possible.
This is possible, but someone neutral have to be involved with this. It cannot be Triple H and it cannot be Tony Khan because both of them have egos. So someone that got to come in has to do the booking, has to be creative or whatever, part of creative or whatever. And, that's the only way that I see this working because Triple H have too much of a big ego. I mean, you've seen what happened to Sting.
Shut up, shut up, because I'm about to say. There's only one man that can do it. There's only one man that can do it. His name is Scott D'Amore. Scott D'Amore is the only person. I know everybody don't like TNA, but that man know how to freaking bring wrestling companies together. Even
that definitely can happen.
Hell, as a matter of fact, he even got AAA and CML. And if anybody who follows Lucha Libre knows how AAA is CMLL for over 3 decades, could not get along. And it's like, hell, D'Amore managed to get them to like somewhat working together.
It's on record that Tony Khan said he would love to work with WWE. And it's on record that Triple H said if the moment's right and time's right, they could do it. But right now, y'all can't keep each other fucking damn name out your mouth in a negative way. Y'all can't say nothing positive with each other. So it's not gonna happen no time soon. But yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility that we can get that down the road.
All right.
Like way down the road.
All right, Barbro, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch every match delivered tonight, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not gonna bring up the obvious one that I know we all hated. I would assume that we weren't fans of. Don't. I'm not gonna talk about that match.
Which match are you talking about?
Do I really gotta say it?
Yes, can you please?
Shit.
Jericho and Hook.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good. Okay.
I mean,
that was the
that's
one.
it. Okay. We're not going to talk about it. It was a great match tonight. You know what I will say though? The match was placed perfectly in the middle of the show. Yeah. That you had great matches leading up to it, and then you had great matches after it. Like it was the perfect spot so that it happened. It was fucking horrible. It sucked. And then we moved on to great matches. And if I'm correct, I think the match right after that one was Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you're right.
They showed up. Those ladies, shout out to them. Like Thunder Rosa and Toni Storm. She was not playing no games tonight. She wasn't that big into her gimmick and all the little games she plays. No, we are slowly getting back like stardom Toni Storm. Like she's reaching back into her bag of tricks. Like, no, she's here to wrestle now. When the bell rings, she's all business.
I think the women just in whole, not to cut you off, Antonio.
Cool.
I think as a whole, the women did great tonight.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, the wrestling was always there for Toni. She just wanted to prove. She just wanted to throw it back in, throw the proverbial pie back into WWE's face. Like, oh, I could do characters too. And this character is one hell of a character. The ladies has been, in my opinion, and y'all maybe agree with me on this one, has been doing better this past 6-7 months.
Yeah.
That match between Tony and Thunder remember, that was the match that's supposed to happen before
Forbidden Door.
Yeah, before she dropped the belt for injury. So they made us some time for that, and they showed us like, oh, this what could have happened if she didn't get injured, and they was throwing it. We talking about Daniel Bryan and Will Ospreay throwing it. They was still. I mean, I heard some chops or some titties. You know what I mean? They was. It was like titty smack, exactly. But
and they have a Deanna and Mariah also.
Deanna coming out and
yeah.
And those two going at it.
How she threw the butler into them steel steps was just insane.
That shit popped me, man. I was like,
that was insane.
He just came out of he just came out of nowhere. Also,
right.
he wasn't in frame or nothing,
bro. Right?
Yeah. The camera work was perfect for that one.
Yes.
Like, you know what I wanted to get to what Barbara. I did want to talk about it, but I'm going to say the reason that's probably why I said. We can't say nothing was bad. We gotta see the lower thing was good because thanks to the crowd, that match was good because they had me dying laughing that whole match. They had me entertained. It was something that, all right, Chris, you don't mind if I bring up our WrestleMania? We was watching night one. We had to entertain ourselves sometimes. WrestleMania, like the wing stop situation, the do wipe situation. We had to make fun. So the crowd made that match fun for me by saying, "Please go home, Jericho," or "Please retire." I was laughing my ass off. Other than that, like you said, the placement was right. It was that one part of the sandwich that you don't like that you could just throw away. Like if you don't want onions, you throw away the onions. But I just didn't like how it ended because I'm a huge Taz fan. Okay, I'm old school. I'm an old school Taz. That's not the Taz. The Taz I know. I know he's old. I know he got bad knees. But Taz I know would have went in there and choked out Jericho. He hit my son with a baseball bat.
I mean, he hit him upside the head, not on the shoulder. He hit him upside the fucking head with a bat.
Right.
That was after
I'm like, nigga, how are you living right now?
And what pissed me off is he just had to put another belt on Jericho. Why? I'm still pissed off you put the Ring of Honor belt on him, but now you put a Renegade belt that don't have nothing to do with Chris Jericho. The Learning Tree now? He calls himself the Learning Tree now?
Yeah.
I mean...
I forgot who has it. There might have been starting five with this, but it was like, yeah, I swear Jericho got about as many nicknames as Johnny Alias, as I like to call him, Morrison.
Yeah, Johnny Morrison and Johnny Wrestling. Can I hop in here real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Let me hot tag in. My notes for the Willow match and then the Tony Storm match, they were really similar. I do. I always keep notes. I'm a nerd with glasses. Of course, I've got notes. I think that one of the big things that you guys said it best. People talk shit a lot on AEW for not giving you stories, but then you think about what happened in this match. We got the Mariah May stuff with Deanna that's building up, so we're obviously going to see something building there. You think about Tony Storm beating Thunder Rosa, so now we're either going to go to a rubber match there. Thunder Rosa is going to do the fight from underneath stuff, and then you think about the fact Willow won the TBS title, which ties in the New Japan Strong Women's title from before. Now you've got the CEO involved, not with their women's title, but with the mid-card women's title. So you've got big stories happening on all fronts for this women's division. So at this point, again, like I said, it's hard-pressed to say. You can't go back and go, okay, in 2019, they weren't telling stories. That's awesome. In 2024, it's right in front of you if you don't want to fight to find it. You know what I mean? If you're not going to sit there and nitpick everything you see, the stories are right in front of you if you just pay attention. I said that you're almost to the point now where, like I said before, you can't watch AEW like you would WWE because it's different. You have to watch AEW for AEW. I think AEW is almost more like watching a New Japan show now than it is a WWE show, if you want to compare it to something. It's not quite that super indie feel of a TNA. I love indie. I cover independent wrestling, for the day job. That's not me shooting on indie wrestling at all. I think that TNA presents their studio show very similar to how indie shows present theirs a lot of time. That's what I mean by that. AEW it's bigger than that, but it's not at a WWE selling out fucking 25,000 seat arenas for a Wednesday night Dynamite. And again, that's okay. Tonight showed us AEW has what they do well. They have their aces in their places. And now the biggest thing for them is going to be consistency week over week. Can they keep telling these good stories every time they go out there and do TV now? Because they showed us tonight, they can give you everything you want. Now continue to feed us week over week.
That's what, you know what, that's the thing. On Barbara, I'm definitely giving you credit for this one because Barbara said it on here. That's the one thing AEW is consistent. They are very consistent with the numbers of their viewing. They're very consistent in what kind of matches you're going to get week to week. This pay-per-view, they're back to the standards that they gave us a couple years ago. Yeah, they was distracted, blah, blah, but the last two shows remind me of when they was the hottest fucking thing on pay-per-view. So, and just like someone said, if it wasn't for AEW, you would not got what we got with WWE. Or hell, if it wasn't for AEW, you would not got what we getting with TNA and New Japan. All these free agents got somewhere to go, show what they got, and we getting bigger names outside of the big brass. But what AEW did tonight was remind y'all. Yeah, they threw it in our heads. Every damn time you see it, where the best wrestlers wrestle, right? That's their slogan. What they showed, that's just not a slogan. That's the way of life in AEW.
So I want to give Okada his flowers.
Okada.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
For what?
I want to give him no.
Okay.
So it doesn't make any sense that Shinsuke Nakamura and Okada is from the same country. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And yet this man comes out there a complete asshole, and it's like I can understand it, I can feel it, I can feel his vibes. I'm like, why Shinsuke is not in AEW? It bothers me.
I can answer that.
Can I ask you guys a weird question?
What's up?
Why the fuck his finger look like that?
Well,
it looked like a Martian dude. Like his finger looked like he had two middle fingers stacked on top of each other when he flipped the camera off.
Wait. He's not used to doing that. He's not used to doing
this. When he flicked the camera off, he looked like he was like stretching it out there as far as he could get.
That's the only.
It looked really uncomfortable.
That's the only thing I'm gonna say. That's very uncomfortable. Yeah, he's not used to flipping off. Like cursing, and Japanese cursing, all that stuff. That's him. But now he's in the stage like, all right, I know how to really get some heat. I'm gonna flip. That shit looks like it looked like a freaking damn lightsaber. But the thing is, why? What my partner asked is why Nakamura not come to AEW? Because honestly, Nakamura was like not Nakamura. I mean, Okada was a cool ass heel in Japan. He was a cool ass heel in Japan.
I mean, we some of us didn't see New Japan.
But see, that's the thing though. And I'm starting to believe this a lot when people say they haven't seen shit, but they know who the fuck. It started to piss me off a little bit, but they know who Okada is. This ain't the first time I saw Okada. This ain't the first time you heard Okada. They know. I remember the big argument was he was number one to PWI. How is he number one? Because this dude was a cool ass heel. You didn't see everybody in Japan driving freaking Porsche and Ferraris in Japan. This motherfucker was. He was smooth as shit. And the thing is, he's more relatable as a character than Nakamura. Nakamura is still doing shit that he did in 2015. I still think it's the same thing. He still pop lock into the ring like he Michael Jackson and all this stuff. Okada just walks in smooth as hell, like I own the place. Came in, raised his hand, like y'all think he asked for a hug. No, he want no hug for y'all. He want the money to rain on him. That's what he want. You know what I mean? So if Nakamura comes to, let's say he does come to AEW, you definitely gonna see Nakamura. It's not new to me, but it's gonna be new to y'all because y'all haven't seen it over damn 10 years.
Chaos,
which is fine. Now, T-Bone, or I think Texas Bone or something like that. He said, "Who is Okada?" So
I think he's just being that.
Okay, yeah, let's move on. Okay, so let me see.
By the way, and also, what a great match to actually start off the pay-per-view, because him and Punk. God.
Yes, definitely Okada and the EVPs were definitely the best option. Now speaking of the EVPs, let's talk about that damn ladder match. Let's talk about the fucking scapegoat. Like the scapegoat, I'm thinking that all of this shit was a fucking work because this was genius. Like complete fucking genius. They worked the fuck out of me because I'm thinking like, okay, he went to New Japan, he ripped up his contract only to come back to screw FTR. Like, do you think that this shit was planned?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It was planned. First of all, you don't rip no contract and think that you're not working somewhere, right? But
I mean, I don't think the whole thing with CM Punk was not planned.
No. The thing was, okay, so when he had Japan, he says he's scapegoat, he make his own character, blah blah, which is fine, which is kind of true, I guess. But when they did that, like it was perfect timing because he just was wrestled in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right.
River on the jacket.
Right on the jacket, came out the flag, did all T Chicago, and got over in Chicago too. By the way, but he didn't fly back to Japan because Chicago is not that far from Missouri, so he pretty much stayed an extra week. They knew he was gonna come back because they've been foreshadowing this shit for the longest. When the Young Bucks came out, and said shout out to the scapegoat, all this shit while they're walking out to the ring and wearing the shirt.
Wearing the shirt on TV last Wednesday,
Then you do when they put the footage out, and they did their thing and said, "Oh, this is why we lost it all in." Blah blah. They pretty much foreshadowed, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I think y'all called it on the cookout that Jack Perry is coming back at Dynasty. Now the thing was he gonna come back and cost people the tag team titles? I don't know, but everybody knew he was gonna come back.
Now, okay, so let me ask you this: do you think that this was a shot to CM Punk?
I think I don't think it was a shot to CM Punk. I think it was a shot to the fans. I think it was a shot to the fans. Everybody's saying, there's not a lot of people that like Jungle Boy or Jack Perry. There was not a lot of people before all this happened. Everybody laughed at him. Everybody joked, said, "Oh my God, this, that."
Speaking of which, where's All Star at now?
But when this man put some attitude in his ass and flipping off and cursing out motherfuckers, and now this past week, the #1 selling T-shirt, a simple black T-shirt that says "Scapegoat," outsold everybody in pro wrestling tees. This dude, he's a conversation now.
And now Terrio said that did y'all see the new Scapegoat T-shirt? It got glass behind it.
No, I didn't see it, but I did. Like I said, his merchandise is going to the roof now. So,
and then Mr. Savage, he said, everyone is giving Jack Perry so much crap. When he turned heel, now he finally found his character, and he's going to do wonders with his character. Yes, I agree, totally,
yes,
bro.
They can't mess this up. Yeah. I mean, they it's on a roll. They're on a roll right now. Like
they are
with their character work. I mean, like I said, I think I'm gonna quote one of your videos there. You said AEW is always known for their wrestling.
Correct.
Now they're showing character work with their wrestling. Like Jack Perry was Jungle Boy when we first met him. Now he's Scapegoat. His man got a nice shaped up beard. He still got the long hair. He still got the girl with the fat ass. He's the man now. He ain't no Jungle Boy. He's a Jungle Man. He's a Jungle Man. So
what's going on, Jesus? I think Bro wanted to. You wanted to say something, bro?
No, I just want to say about the ladder match. Like when Perry came in to push the ladder out, he's pushed in the corner by security. Then when the mask gets taken off, like we all knew it was him, but I still can't get that image out of my face. Just Jack Perry with the biggest shit-eating grin on his face and you got to give the production team credit for this. Like, first off, give Jack credit. Also, he knew where the camera was. He knew where that camera shot was gonna be. They zoomed in perfectly, and you just saw that big old shit eating grin on his face
Oh,
because
man.
it was perfect. Like, first off, that's gonna give us memes for like the next few weeks. That photo right there, that was brilliant right there. And like I said, let's fast forward to, let's say, if he's on the card at All In, like if his character's work is still great, Tony Khan better put out either two things: either shell out the bucks to get him to play out to Cry Me a River, or get like some, or
that
you
would
know
be
what?
the most hilarious shit ever, bro.
Or you know what? You could get like an orchestra or like a choir out there in the UK. Just all the violins, and that would.
Hey, Tony, you hear this?
Break out the damn checkbook. That would be top 5 entrances of all time.
Someone needs to tell Tony Khan that when Jungle Boy come back or Jack Perry, he needs to be playing Justin Timberlake, "Cry Me a River."
Enforcer,
that would be the most epic shit.
Damn, cutting the check, give this man, give Ball Bro like an entire vault right now for that damn idea.
If they do that, one, we know they're following us, and two, cut that man check.
Yeah.
Come check. Put him on payroll.
And like I said, I'm going back to England for All In again. And if he's on that call, when he comes out, I will be recording. And son of a bitch, if I hear that opening riff of I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose my shit.
You need to get backstage, so we have some backstage footage. You beat about this Tony.
Oh man!
Now Savage said that they should say that interest for All In.
Yeah,
I would too. I mean, that's where it all started.
Yeah, that's like with Danielson bringing back the final countdown, like at Forbidden Door. You saved that.
I thought he was gonna do it tonight. I thought that's
nah. I mean, listen, it was a great crowd, but I mean, like 7,000 people.
That was an actual. You know how you always say, "Oh, almost everything's a dream match." You know, that was an actual dream match. At least for Will Ospreay.
The TNT Championship was not on the line tonight. However, Edge, I like to call him Edge, not Adam Copeland. He was in a 6-man tag with Johnny Goldfish. I'm sorry. Eddie Kingston and
Mark Briscoe.
Mark
Briscoe.
Mm-hmm. No. How did the match finish?
Oh, at the Malachi Black with the
perfectly
hit him with the mist. And then
the reason I'm bringing it up because this fool right here, as soon as he like in their face, he got in the face.
Sure did. I sure did. I said that there's nothing better in this world to get sprayed in your face. The fuck? I mean, motherfuckers acting like they're not slutty. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
I mean, we are living in a world where we gotta say no Diddy's and stuff like this. And you just
Why?
Nowhere.
Why?
Nowhere.
When y'all in the bedroom, and you up there sucking the clitoris or whatever, all you nasty ass niggas out there, y'all don't be saying no D when y'all be doing that shit. But then when you get on the podcast, somebody, I gotta protect my image. Your image, you're a slut. You're born to be a slut. You got a dick. You don't got a clitoris. Just keep it real.
It's 2024. It's okay.
Right. It's okay.
You don't yuck any yums.
Yes, it's okay to get squirted in your fucking face.
Wait, hold on.
That's my thing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The phrase is, we don't yuck any yums.
Yes.
That's the phrase, man.
And you know what, Will? You know what that is called? You know what it's called?
Beat me to.
That is called growth. That's what that is called.
No, that is a shirt. I'm just
it's called growth.
It is a shirt. That's a shirt.
I think I gotta say this. It's like nice that Malachi finally got a win on a pay-per-view for a change because it's been a hot minute. And
so you think he's gonna be the next TNT champion?
He'll be the next challenger.
Yeah, he will be the next challenger.
No, he need a belt. He needs a singles belt. He really does. Like,
Hey,
I'm tired of him
hey,
being disrespected, man. That he is
hey,
one of my most favorite wrestlers, and he needs to. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Barbara. Were you trying?
No,
to
I just want to say real quick. Like, listen, I think Malachi would challenge next for the TNT title. That'll be cool. But listen, the guy who needs to take the TNT title off of Copeland is a young, up and coming star who has all the heat in the world. That's what I thought at first.
No,
I was thinking Daniel Garcia, but I think that belt looked nice on Jack Perry. Don't you think?
Ooh,
Listen,
I hate up on that idea.
he has all the momentum right now, all the heat in the world, especially he's going to be with the Bucks with Okada. Now remember, like Okada has the Continental Classic belt.
Yep.
Bucks have the tag belt. You give Perry the damn tag, I mean the TNT title, like they have almost all the gold at their disposal. Like,
dude, I miss him wrestling, bro. Like Jack Perry is phenomenal in the ring, bro.
He added to the repertoire from Japan, so
not surprised.
See
that, but you know what though? Like that was the same shit that Naomi should have did. Instead of taking her high yellow ass to TNA just to say, hey, I'm sitting here looking like a highlighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. All that. She came back to WWE only to sit in catering, talk about I'm gonna be the next women's champion. Bitch, I need you to sit the fuck down.
They part of the Black Powerpuff Girls. That's all.
I'm good.
They're the Black Powerpuff Girls.
But there actually is something else we do need to bring up. He's back, baby, and no longer in a wheelchair.
Only thing I'm gonna bring up about that is the way he looked at Wardlow.
Yep.
That was so disrespectful. That look was so disrespectful.
Well, hold up. Sorry to cut off Enforcer, but real quick about Wardlow. Did you guys see on Twitter he was in a car accident today?
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah,
the boy can't drive. The boy can't drive.
I mean, shit.
He can't drive.
The problem is he keeps swerving. That's the problem.
Literally. But you know what? I'm kind of getting. You know what? I'm sorry. It's like copy and paste with Wardlow.
Yeah.
It's like copy and paste with Wardlow. Like, dude, they put you in a spot just to bring you right back down, and it's like what, the fourth or fifth time, and now you about to get kicked out of another group because Adam Cole is about to sweep you with some Jordans. It's going to happen, and we all see it coming. That look remind me of when he did that same thing to MJF. That same look he did to Kyle. What's
Undisputed.
Yeah. Undisputed Era. The same thing he did to Rodney. You know that he goes sweet chin. He gonna kick him right in the freaking mouth, and we gonna have
him that like knee or whatever.
And we gonna get a freaking match between Adam Cole and Wardlow.
I think that Wardlow should just go to WWE and just call it a day.
Yeah, he's a WWE guy.
He's
a big athletic guy. Between him and freaking Brian Cage and those two are like, y'all WWE guys. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, Cage resigned with AEW.
He can resign and he can get fired and go to WWE. I don't give a damn. He's a WWE guy. I'm gonna give a damn. When I said that we was in TNA, you're a WWE guy.
Now there is something that I do want to bring up. So, first of all, congratulations to Swerve. I've been waiting 5 years for this moment, and I'm glad that he won tonight, and it was so special. Like, it was really, really dope.
Are you gonna start it up or should I?
No, let me take this one.
All right.
So moments after a Swerve won, we seen this on social media. I don't know if you guys can see it. No, you know what? Let's
wow.
Let's oh, you guys can see? Okay.
Yeah, we saw it.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah. So basically, if this is all in a nutshell, and this is coming from our people, y'all. You got people that's still talking about that goddamn list, which I kind of figured they was going to talk about that. They even called him a coon. And this is what I'm gonna do for now on. It's literally on site. If I even see a black creator even saying this shit about Swerve, I'm going to call them out on their bullshit on my platform, on any fucking platform, because I am so tired of you niggas sit up here and y'all want to gatekeep like a motherfucker. That includes Jobber Tears as well, because they do the same motherfucking thing over and over again. Like I said, they want to have that fucking good ass image and shit, but at the end of the day, you got Mr. Wilkins over there talking about, oh, you're an asshole and all that shit. But guess what? He'd be the main motherfucker that be sitting up here talking about, oh, well, we gotta do shit for our black image or whatever, coming out there looking like a Black Panther, but then sit up here and then calling somebody a fucking jigaboo. Like, how fucking dare you? How does that work? Now, us black people, we always talk about we need to work with each other. We need to do this. We need to do that. But these are the same fucking cockroaches that will bring you down every time. This was a special moment in AEW, something that we've been talking about since 2019. And then yet, it's exactly how I pictured it. Swerve was going to win. These little pre-woke having motherfuckers was going to go online.
Record time.
And just fuck shit up.
Record time.
Once again. So that's why I said me, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Go ahead.
Record time, and we talked about this, I think last year, but we thought it was time for him to get that belt. I think it was around the Hangman and stuff, after that promo. And the thing is, like you said, since AEW started, we had some contenders for that first African American heavyweight titles. Scorpio Sky, Will Hobbs when he started getting his stuff together. When the first couple weeks, Keith Lee, we had someone there. But when Swerve started connecting to the fans, when he had that promo, he had a great match between Hangman, not one but two great matches, and the fans start going behind him. And be like, they gonna do it. This is it. They gonna do it. Well, when we finally get it tonight, and within record fucking timing, this man came and sit down, as Chris Jericho say, get to the damn bubbly without y'all tweeting that shit. And it's very confusing, because y'all preach this shit over and over. But I say this also, it's like crabs in a fucking barrel. Every time someone's trying to get out and try to lift people with them, there's always that one crab that grabs and try to bring them back down. But you know what? I said this privately, and I'm going to say it on air. Fuck them. Because you know why? I'm not worried about it. I'm proud and happy for Swerve, and I don't give a fuck what they say. Because Swerve didn't. Swerve kept moving forward. This shit happened 2 years ago. He said what he said because he had a chip on his damn shoulder. Fuck the chip. He had a gorilla on his back. He got fired. He wanted to prove his point. It took him 2 years. He got there. He did not give a fuck at the guy. Like, he saw the tweets. Hell, one of them he reposted. Because he like, this is what I got to go through. He don't give a fuck. So, you know what?
And I have to say this, but Smiley is a gatekeeper. I hate to say that. I love her, but she's a gatekeeper. Like, the whataboutism bothers the fuck out of me. It's like, you don't have anything to bring up. So you be like, oh, well, what about no. This chick brought up like, oh, well, he said that black chicks are ugly. Okay, that's his prerogative. What that got to do with wrestling? Oh, well, he did cheat on his wife. Once again, what that have to do with wrestling? You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's a personal issue. If you got that personal issue, then you need to handle it up with him. If you want to suck his dick, then you need to handle that up with him. That has nothing to do with professional wrestling, and I need you to leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, going back to the whole thing, once again, black people, black wrestlers, black wrestling fans are not fucking loyal. They are just as bad as hoes. They are not fucking loyal. So I'm not going to continue this conversation with them, but I'm letting you know, you are being pre-warned. If I see anything like that on fucking social media, I'm calling you the fuck out. I am not going to sit here and tolerate you motherfuckers keep disrespecting, black people for trying to make it in this business. Y'all motherfuckers been asking for black champions since AEW fucking started. Y'all go back and y'all want to talk about Big Swole. Yes, she had a fucking point. And matter of fact, shout out to her because she got the ball rolling. She made it aware. We got it aware. And we, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got some black champions. And that's what I said. I'm happy. I'm happy for fucking Swerve. I don't give a fuck about his backstory and what type of hoes he fucked or whatever. That has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with he made a historical feat, and I'm proud of him. That's it.
Yes,
Can I say real quick?
Wait. Whoever spoke yet?
Will.
Go ahead, Will.
Okay. I think the important thing to take away from, no matter what your opinions are on Swerve the person, you got to look at it from the historical perspective now. And when you talk about historical first for people of color to hold major titles, you got to go back Sweet Georgia Brown into the 50s. The first person of color, African-American female. You look at people like Ron Simmons, okay, when he got it for WCW in the 90s. Here's one for you. The first person of color and black man to hold the NWA 10 pounds of gold, Ron the Truth Killings, when he got it for TNA. Now, no matter what your opinions are in the situation, historically in the books, the first male person of color to hold the AEW title is Swerve Strickland. Whether you like him or hate him or no matter what, he's in the history books now. He got this moment. So why take it away from him because of your personal vendetta?
There you go.
That's what's important to remember, because now you go all the way back into the 40s and 50s with your Sweet Georgia Browns, all the way up to 2024 with Swerve Strickland. Whether you love the man or hate the man, his name is written in history books now. So you just have to accept it.
Sure.
Don't let your personal heat and beef take away from this man's moment in history.
Sir. Yes, sir. We're not worthy, Will. We are not worthy.
Period. Hey, let's get him a fucking chant. We are not worthy. We are not worthy.
But you know what? Let's talk about that match, because that match, like you said, with the crowd, they was not tired. They was into it. Swerve came out with the Black Panther. Samoa Joe came out badass like he always do. But man, it was like. It was getting a little question. I think they was gonna pull the trigger how Samoa Joe was acting, throwing them on the table and did the body slam on the concrete floor spot. But Swerve, man, I gotta give him some credit. Like he had a game plan. Went after that arm. He looked like, if those that do know, he looked like Killshot for a little bit. If you know, you know. He did the little break arm spot. He did the stomp twice. I'm like, oh damn, that's Killshot. He brought Killshot back, and he won the title. I mean, that's what. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. For those, we ain't even talking about those people. We're talking about the people that go to these shows, that go to AEW shows, and they when Nana says who house, and everybody that's in that building says Swerve's house. That's for y'all. That's for y'all. That's for the AEW fans that been there from day one. I ain't talking about the first period. You're talking about the freaking all in Chicago.
Double or nothing. Let's
no. I'm just saying.
Like the shows before AEW.
I got you. I'm gonna get there. But you know, from when y'all wanted the change from the other company. And then now I can get y'all the ones that came to the Double Nothing and
Fighter Fest
and Fighter Fest and Revolution
Fight
for the Fallen. Those people that came through to every first, second, third Dynamite show and stood behind there and wanted this history. Like I said, they wanted Scorpio Sky, they wanted Powerhouse Hobbs, they wanted at a time. They thought it was gonna be Keith Lee at a time, and other black wrestlers that was like they was moving up in the singles department. But Swerve had something different. Swerve brought in a chip on his shoulder. Swerve had a presence. His first fucking show there. You already knew it when he said whose house. They already knew who it was. Come on. So, congratulations, Swerve Strickland.
Yeah.
Swerve Strickland. Everybody, yeah, let's go. Let's not. His name's not Isaiah, by the way. Y'all WWE fans, his name not Isaiah. It's Ron. Okay, it's Ron. So Swerve Strickland is the new AEW champion. Let's celebrate that. Let's get ready for Wednesday because you know it's gonna be a celebration. You know it's gonna be confetti all over the fucking place. And we're gonna have the first microphone. We probably open the show Wednesday. So let's congratulate him on that. And congratulate Joe too. I gotta say, Joe, you was an awesome champion.
It was.
So before we go to Reese, let's go to the guests. I want to make sure that they get their thoughts in. Will and Brett, did you guys have anything yet or anything?
I think taking away from the match itself between Swerve and Joe, at the beginning of the show, we all talked about how everything seemed to be good or great. There was nothing that was below good. There wasn't anything subpar. This match was exactly what you thought you were going to get when you put two people like Samoa Joe and Swerve together. This isn't a slight towards the match itself, because no matter how good that match was, that moment, if Swerve won, immediately became the bigger moment, no matter how good the match was. So the fact that we had the banger before Swerve's moment was awesome. You know, but I think no matter what happened in that 18 minutes before Swerve hit the stomp, got the 1, 2, 3, and was handed the belt, that whole 20 minutes beforehand almost become null and void at that point because of Swerve's moment. And I'm not taking away from the absolute banger of a match that was there, but that moment like immediately became the most important part of the night.
Okay, cool. Barbara, did you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with Swerve winning, it's a great moment. But you know, Swerve as champion, it kind of highlights for me like what I look for in today's like characters in wrestling. That they're authentic, they're real, and they're relatable. Like now, whether you're a young wrestler who just maybe started training right now, or you're just a young fan, who you might be 7, 8 years old, you know, before Swerve came around, like there's no one who I might relate to, who I might want to get into this business or be a fan of. But now you see someone like Swerve who got fired, had to, you know, got hired literally almost 2 years ago by AEW. He went through his ups and downs, but you know what? He had that it factor that, unfortunately you mentioned like Scorpio Sky, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, like they had their attributes, but I think as far as being the guy of the company, I think Swerve, he has it all. He has everything. He has that charisma. He has that chip on his shoulder. He has that authentic, he's authentic that, people are going to relate to him. And that's what guys like Swerve, guys like Joe, guys like MJF, they're real life. They're not characters. They are who they are. And that's where, when we talk about an alternative, like I think AEW just has the more realistic personalities that you could get behind, that you could get root. Like, no offense, like I don't want to bring up WWE, but I will for this point. Like a Cody Rhodes, or what feels, he's manufactured, he's overscripted, he's Hollywood in a sense that in his presentation, the story, and everything like that. And I feel the story was all good and all, but it's funny, like both companies, they tell stories a different way. Like the WWE, they tell the stories like a Scorsese film, like a Titanic, a 4-hour long trip. And I feel like AEW stories, they're more like a John Wick or a Expendables. It's like, yeah, there's a story like John Wick. There's a story there, but you know what? Hey, they killed my dog. I'm out for revenge. Boom, that's a story right there. Like, I mean, did you need that big of a story to get hooked? Like, yo, it was quick to the point. They killed my dog. They stole my car. I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers.
I like that.
Boom. And now it's on part 4 right now.
Oh, they're done. Yeah, they're done.
Well, I mean, no. They doing the Continental show. So yeah.
Who?
They doing the show now is about the Continental, the hotel all the killers used to stay at. It's a story.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But that's my point though. Like something
Right.
so basic, so similar. Yo, they killed my dog. They stole my car. Is now a damn movie franchise. But you know,
Right.
like I said, like if anyone's a fan of like John Leguizamo out there, one of my favorite comedians of all time, like he talked about in one of his old shows, like he was like how white people tell stories and how Hispanics tell stories. Like white people would be like WWE would be like, once upon a time in a far place land, there was a princess, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll be like how Hispanics, how Puerto Ricans be like tell stories like, oh, you motherfuckers ain't gonna believe this shit, like that. It's like boom, hit you in the face, tell you the story, you're hooked, and that's it. Like this company tells their stories one way, you know, over the top, and the other's like, yo, this is the shit, ABC and go, you know. But just one more thing, and I'll yield my time. Like, you know, Chris, you saw the video I did a couple days ago about you know, Tama Tonga debuting in WWE.
Yes.
With the whole that we still ain't got no background info other that he's Haku's son. Because what is the number one criticism that AEW always gets with their new debuting stars is that, oh, where's the video package? We don't know nothing about these guys. You know, who are they? Where do they come from? I'm like, motherfucker, look yourselves in the damn mirror.
No.
Who the fuck is like when he debuted 2 weeks in a row now on SmackDown? Like 20% of the crowd maybe knew who the fuck he was, and they even reacted.
Wait,
to
how you
him.
get balloons behind you? What was that about? You
I
have
don't know.
balloons.
You have balloons.
It's a balloon effect. Yeah.
You have some. You got a circus over there.
I know
Wow.
the secret.
Hilarious.
You know what it is?
Yep.
I would bet money you're on an iPhone or an iPad or a Mac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet if you throw up the horns like you're at a rock concert, you'll get lasers behind you.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah, whatever. Hey, do you mind if I take Scorpion Quinn's question?
No?
Yeah,
See,
go ahead.
StreamYard will do it for Macs. You can do different shit like that, like lasers and lights and balloons and stuff like that on a Mac.
Actually, crazy.
That was the first.
Go ahead, Reese.
Yeah. Scorpion Queen, to answer your question, we were just talking about this, that yeah, that people's bringing back like some old stuff that Swerve said about not wanting to be on a black wrestlers list because doesn't be on it or whatever. Like, yeah, some old cryptos like a couple years back. I would say this to the horticulture crowd. Some of y'all act like the most uncultured people ever because this is supposed to be a cool moment right now. And I don't know Stefan Strickland the man, but I do know Swerve the wrestler. And I was like, I've followed this cat since like Combat Zone wrestling days when him and AR Fox are going at it. And of course, as Tune reference, Kill Shot of Lucha Underground. And man's been all over the place. And I say this. This is why we always say, and kind of like my shirt says, we defend any wrestling because when you seeing a cat coming in and he's at the very, very bottom, and now you're seeing him progress to where he's finally getting at the top, it's like this is supposed to be a moment of celebration, and especially when it comes with black wrestlers, because like I said, we don't get that many. We'll just went through a little history of it right now with the with George Brown, Ron Simmons, Bobo Brazil, even though his got strep and like a phantom run. Hell, even with Kofi, if we're gonna go, if you want to throw that one in. But yeah, right now, this is supposed to be Swerve's moment because he came in, he put in his work over 17 years worth, and we giving this man his due. And for anybody that wants to like hold some sort of grudge against him for something he may have said in the past, grow up and get over it, all right?
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, because right now, Swerve is doing his thing. By the way, shout out Prince Nana also, who by the way, low key's under hey, I'm a fan of the Angel. But Swerve is doing something to like help elevate black wrestlers, and not just black wrestlers, but hell, minority wrestlers in general, whether you're Asian, whether you're Islander, or whatever have you. And this right now is adding diversity to professional wrestling, showing that hey, we don't have to we don't have to be like one certain type of thing. We can be whatever the hell we want to be, just as long as we putting in our work in the ring.
Ooh.
It's like congratulations, Swerve. Yo, you deserve this moment. And I'll tell you what though, I know one thing I'm looking forward to when it happens. When Hangman come back, oh, can you imagine how the story's going to be now? Uh, you thought Hangman was like looking psycho, trying to prevent Swerve from becoming champion. Now that Swerve is the champ, oh, you can imagine how the promos are going to be from both Swerve and Hangman. And then, like I mentioned with Adam Cole, another person who shot his mouth off, saying Swerve weren't going to be that dude. And it's like you have so many options right now with this brand new champion that AEW hasn't had a chance to do. Let him cook.
Exactly. So everybody, we're going to go ahead with final thoughts real quick. So we're gonna go. Well, first of all, shout out to everybody in the comment section. Appreciate you guys for sticking with us this evening. I know I know it's like almost 2:00. It's 1:00 here. So let's go around the room. Well, first of all, let's get our let's go with the Enforcer, and then Reese. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to make it short. This has actually been a great month for me personally when it comes to wrestling. Okay, I mean, I think Chris could add on to. We had a great time in Philly, and then tonight with AEW, they really are back to form for what we are used to seeing from them. Wrestling as a whole to me is very enjoyable, from the indies to the big boys right now. I think if you really want to get down to it, if you're a wrestling fan, a true wrestling fan, this is it. I said this last year, I'm gonna say it again this year. This is the best time to be a wrestling fan. Let's try to look at each company for what it is, instead of trying to compare it to something that it's not. I mean, come on, AEW is AEW, WWE, TNA. You know where I'm going with this. Stop thinking that everything got to be WWE. It's not. Okay, right? All right. AEW is wrestling. Japan is strong style. You know what I mean? So, try to enjoy wrestling before this shit get taken away. Again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record when I say that, because it could happen. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm done.
All right, Mr. Reese.
Yeah, matter of fact, just like right off of that one, welcome back. Yeah, welcome back, Sammy Callahan, Mike Santana, come back to TNA, and even Broken Matt, even though I kind of wasn't originally a fan of the Broken gimmick at first, but it grew on me. But TNA, like Rebellion, eating up on Saturday, had a hell of a show. Yeah, and of course Dynasty tonight. Congratulations, Bullet Club Gold. You getting the championships on the pre-show, and hell, even Trey, like putting Chuck on for saying, "Yo, you got till Wednesday to decide, man. Where you at?" Yeah, but overall, hell of a weekend of professional wrestling, just in general. Shout out to everybody who performed tonight. Dynasty, like I said, matches top to bottom, they were can't miss. St. Louis crowd, y'all have always been live. Like no matter whether it was AEW, whether it's NWA, whether it's WCW, WWE, or whoever came to your city. But tonight, St. Louis crowd, y'all went above and beyond, and y'all some real MVPs when it comes to like real wrestling fans, yo.
All right, thank you, Reese. Will, go ahead. Final thoughts.
I think after Dynasty tonight, it's pretty cut and clear that the wrestling community as fans, we're eating good, guys. You go back to WrestleMania weekend, Supercard of Honor, you look at the collective, everything that GCW and Defy and Rev Pro and Progress and everybody that came in for the Indies to work with GCW, the Indies are on fire. You look at what WWE has done. Now you look at what AEW did, MLW with the War Chamber that just happened, everything right now. If you're a wrestling fan, there is more than enough on this buffet to eat. We should all just be happy. There seems to be too much drama in the world for there to be this much good content for us to eat on. Just enjoy your wrestling. I say it all the time. Be a good person. Don't yuck any yums. Different doesn't mean wrong, and wrestling's for everybody.
I got me that shirt.
Let's do. I'll buy. Yeah, I'll buy one.
My bro.
Kind of to echo what Will said a little bit, like there's so much wrestling going on right now that there's enough to go around for everyone, depending on what your taste is, what your interest is. Like, listen, if you like the over-the-top presentation, you like the Hollywood feel, you got Mondays and Friday nights for you. If you like your high work rates, your action-packed shows with great wrestling from top to bottom, you got your Wednesdays, your Friday nights, and your Saturdays. GCW is on fire right now. The indie scene is on fire right now. There's enough wrestling on that buffet table for everyone to eat, for everyone to be happy, everyone be satisfied. If whether it's whatever promotion you don't like, that you don't vibe with, that's fine. Don't watch it then. If it's something that disturbs your peace, or that something that really bothers you, then don't let it bother you. Then just move on to whatever you like. I mean, it's so much good wrestling right now to be negative, to have your negative, ridiculous takes, to be different for the sake of being different, man. Listen, tomorrow's not promised, man. Live in the moment right now. Like what you like, and be happy. Stop being fucking miserable.
As a matter of fact, case in point, I was just reading Glendale's comment that just posted up. Yeah, man, I'm sorry that sorry about your brother there. How you doing?
I'm sorry, man. All right. Thank you, Barbara. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. So my final thought is got some announcements. So we will be doing, me and Stevie Ray and Antonio, we will be doing 3 the Hard Way this Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. We will be taking calls on the air. So I'll be putting that out. As far as wrestling debates and catering, I'm almost at 200 followers. So on my burnout on my burnout page, whatever. So if I'm able to get to 200 by Tuesday night, I'm gonna probably have Joe do the wrestling debates and catering on his page. I don't get access to my page until Thursday night. So just want to kind of put that out there. So tonight, everybody, this was a dope ass show. I loved the energy. I loved that AEW is just basically showing us that there's no one in the business that can top their pay-per-view quality. Once again, the only bad pay-per-view that they had was World's End, and ever since then, they have been showing their fucking ass. And I'm sorry, WWE is no match for them when it comes to pay-per-views. It's just they're just not on their level, and that's just how I feel. I will be addressing that whole situation with Swerve.
Because I feel sick to my stomach that Black people still have not learned their lesson about it. You know, African Americans are still treated like third world country citizens when it comes to professional wrestling. And to shit on a moment like this, you need to stop acting like you are protecting the Black community when you're actually harming it. Um, I don't have time for you and your Black Panther energy, because guess what? It's fake anyway. So if you are the Black Panther and you are, supposed to be representing for the cause, then you need to practice what you preach instead of just talking about it, and you're not doing enough walking, you're crawling. You're not progressing, you are part of the problem. And that's why I'm tired of half of you motherfuckers is doing this fake wokeness. It's weird. It's very weird to me. Next week for episode 253. Unfortunately, that will be my last show, and then I will be going on vacation. I do not know how long I will be gone, but we will be having a special guest. His name is Tiberius Ashanti. We'll be having him on. Yeah. Yeah, he's one of our buddies or whatever from from the Indies or whatever. So we're gonna bring him on, and then after that, I will be leaving hashtag Kills for Life for a little while. So I'll be around. I just need to get my health together, get my mind together, and just kind of get away. Ziggy will be taking over for me from now on until I get back. But yeah, we're going to still have fun. But until that time, Bob Bro, Will, thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate you guys. And remember to follow hashtag Kills for Life Wrestling Podcast on every social media platform, including YouTube. Until that time, my name is Mr. Team Brigade, Chris Dilworth, for hashtag Kills for Life Wrestling Podcast, episode 252. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Deuces.
Bye, everybody. Why do I feel like I got something in my throat?
That's not how you end the show.
No? Okay. Yeah.